Hello, welcome to Geeks Assembled, and this is Audio Heads, and it's Lee and I again, and we would like you to join us and come along to the great city of Tyre and the other Phoenician cities and the Mediterranean Sea for an adventure in the past with the first Doctor Barbara, Ian, and Susan. Of course, Susan is amazing. Susan's perfect. Um, anyway, we've just been talking about bringing things from the past, and this is a historical, like a classic historical. Like there's
Yeah.
no science fiction in this. It's all history. And I'm just curious what Lee garnered from it and how he felt about this particular audio adventure. Over to you, Lee.
Well, as you said, yeah, purely historical, which they used to do a lot back in the classic era, back in the black and white days, shall we say? Um, and the writer, the author of this drama is Matt Platt, who, as everybody knows in Doctor Who lore, is fairly out there with his writing, very science fictiony, on the edge, sort of message with your head. He's wrote a purely historical story about the civilization of the Phoenicians, and I tell you, it's a damn good story. This is this is like I'm trying to think of the Crusades, the myth makers, the Romans, all rolled into one. It's his take on what a classic era historical would be, and he's mostly gone through something, and say what civilization could we do? What hasn't been touched on? Oh, they've done the Aztecs. The Phoenicians, the Mediterranean civilization.
Yep.
Who loved the color purple. Ta-da. But yeah, I mean, a four-part story, and in a typical way, as in the classic TV series, the team get split up, off into whatever and into different dangers. Um, and it's a good one. This I'm still trying to get used to uh, the voices, because some of the voices are not very similar to what we know from the TV, but they're still well acted, well acted, and for the historical part is you feel like it's happening. It really happened. This is true history. Um, but yeah, it's really good. As I say, the portrayal of the Doctor by David Bradley. Yeah, he's not William. He's not William Hartnell. He'll never will be William Hartnell. But he's making a damn good go of it and getting some of the mannerisms of the Hartnell Doctor in this. It's good on him. And you're getting the Ian and the Barbara sort of romance. What isn't romance, but it's there, but they're both in denial of each other, I suppose. And then you've got Susan, the intellectual teenage, but coming clashing against this civilization of they were sort of traders, weren't they? But they were barbaric as well. They had the brother and the sister against each other, the king and the princess in this story, which was really well done. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I'll get into favourite moments and that lot when Susan passes it back to me. But back over to you, Susan.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the interplay between Barbara and Ian. The fact that the Amazon tribe thought that they were married and called them a married couple. I mean, that was foreshadowing of some of the stuff that happened in the
Mm.
comic books and stuff, and the little fan fictions that I've read about Barbara and Ian. And yeah, so there was that, and then there was some awesome cliffhangers. People like Susan was going to get killed, and Ian was going to get killed. Ian was like underneath a ship that it was going to roll the ship down on top of all these bodies to just smooth it out with blood.
Mm.
So you know what I was saying, in our pre podcast conversation about blood, there
Yeah.
there could have been a lot of blood. There was some blood, but
Well, they all the slaves died apart from Ian, of course.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, the one that we cared about survived. Oh my God, yeah, like it was, and here's Barbara going, no.
No.
So that was really incredible. Like the cliffhangers were truly like terrifying moments. Like had it been broken up week by week, oh my gosh, yeah, give you a heart attack and stuff. It is easier to handle those cliffhangers as you listen to it all at once, though.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Mark Platt did a really great writing with those cliffhangers. That was, pretty devastating in places, and one thing to to say about Ian is that Jamie Glover Jamie Powell, I mean, sorry, does a great job of portraying him. But yesterday was William Russell's 96th birthday. So happy birthday, William Russell. I so love you, and I wish I could meet you. I want to meet you and Carol Ann so bad. My friend Beef Dad met you, and I was so jealous. I was like, that's that's the one. Oh, so great. And the other thing that was interesting about this audio is its reflection and Susan's use of the Holy Bible. And
Mm.
um, she kept asking Barbara and Ian and even the doctor, have you read this? I found this in the library. It's called the Holy Bible. Have you read it? And it has all this stuff about Tyre and Sidon and stuff. And I was like, cool. And it's really interesting. Like the scriptures to do with Tyre and Sidon actually have the scripture that has to do with Satan. They call they say that this is really to do with Satan, and it's like from Ezekiel, and it says, "Son of man, take up this lament concerning the king of Tyre, and say to him, this is what the sovereign Lord says: You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you: carnelian, chrysolite, and emerald, topaz, onyx and jasper, lapis lazuli, turquoise and beryl. Your settings and mountings were made of gold. On the day you were created, they were prepared. You were anointed as a guardian cherub. So I ordained you. You were on the holy mount of God. You walked among the fiery stones. You were blameless in your ways. From the day you were created until wickedness was found in you, through your widespread trade, you were filled with violence and you sinned, and I drove you in disgrace from the mount of God, and I expelled you, guardian cherub, from among the fiery stones. Your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. I threw you to the earth and made a spectacle of you before kings. So your many sins and dishonest trade, you have desecrated your sanctuaries, and have made a fire come out of you, and it has consumed you and reduced you to ashes on the ground in the sight of all who are watching. So all the nations who knew you all appalled at you, and you've come to a horrible end, and there will be no more. Oh my gosh! I mean, like that is like the description of this king that they were supposedly, in the presence of. But here in this story, he was like a teenage boy and his sister, and they were at each other's throats. As Leah mentioned earlier, they were there was sibling rivalry, and
Yeah.
dominion rivalry in this, and they were there. One was fighting this way, and the other was fighting this way. One fought with one fought with elephants, and the other fought with swords and sacrifices, and there was just like this. It was a lot of interplay. There was a lot of interplay in this, and so yeah. I'm just going to throw it back to Lee for his favorite moments because it's really interesting.
Yeah, well, you said the description of the king like being a teenager, but Ian, I think it was Ian or it was Barbara, described him as one of the school kids from the school, as a acne-ridden angst teenager, and it comes across like that. It's like he doesn't get his way. He wants sacrifice, kill them, off their heads. Yeah, it was so well acted. I'm trying to who played him. It was Joe Ben Ayed played the king. Yeah, very well done. I'd say the princess as well. The character on that was, but for me, some of the moments as you've already mentioned, where he was christening his boat, his warship, to run over all the slaves with their blood. I mean, that was just. I mean, that scene would never have been able to been done on TV, and I don't think they would have been allowed to do that on TV. But that was so well done. It did grip you because I say that was the first cliffhanger of the story. But and then you get then you get the doctor being incarcerated by, what do you call him, a shaman, one of the soothsayer or whatever he was, the medicine man,
Yeah, the oracle, right?
the oracle. That's it, the oracle. Incarcerated because he wanted his sort of knowledge, his power, and that scene really got me thinking of the Hartnell era. That really did come across where the doctor tricked him. He thought, well, something wrong. We'll get into the cell and bang, he's out. He's locked him in there and he's out. That's what Hartnell used to do. And there was the one with the assassin who turns out who was a female assassin. And the name was it Aliarek or something like that, and the doctor kept calling her Eric.
Eric the Viking. I just said that.
And she kept saying, "My name's not Eric." Well, maybe that was written intentionally as a little nod to Hartnell getting his lines wrong. I don't know, but also it might have been just a little humour in the stuff for the story as well. But yeah, it's a damn good story. I mean, a lot of people don't like purely historical. They'd rather have the ray guns, the flying ships, all that like this, and the invasion of tin men. But having a purely historical one, it's a breath of fresh air. It's forget about all the science fiction. Just have a purely historical one and have the threat of history, and not being allowed to change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But saying that, it was the doctor. It was the doctor who influenced the outcome of this one.
They messed with it. They messed with reality. Yeah.
rename yourself Dido.
Right.
Yeah.
And call your city Carthage.
Yes.
And there it is. There's Carthage, elephants, Dido, and eventually Hannibal.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Correct. All down to the doctor.
All down to the doctor. And the doctor was like, I'm sorry. Do you have any more?
No, carry on.
Okay. Like I really liked how Princess Elisa was gonna be Queen Dido, and I really liked how you know there was that whole statement by her brother and the oracle talking back and forth to each other that women couldn't be in rulership, and
Mhm.
then there she becomes one of the most formidable rulers of the ancient world. And so that was fun. And there was the whole Barbara and Ian called married couple thing. I just love that bit. um it's like wish fulfillment for those of us who wanted them to get together in the classic show so bad. And he does end up calling him. Not only does he call uh Ayaruk, he calls her Eric,
Yeah.
but he called Chesterton Chessington. He actually they put one in, so that was another like
Little nod.
nice drop, because usually in the ones with Claudia Grant and Jamie Glover and Gemma Powell um, and David Bradley, the in these stories they don't put those gaffs in. They haven't until this one. This was the first
Yeah.
one I've heard.
I think they're learning that to add a little bit here, add a little bit there now.
Yeah, yeah. And then there was, you know, Susan running around training with the sword with I Ryuk, and that was fun. And then what was also fun was the name of the prince was Pygmalion.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the name of the play about the becoming more society? Somebody
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
on
yeah. It was Pygmalion, and the movie was called My Fair Lady.
a fair lady,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know if that was. I don't know how that all fits together. Something to keep looking at, I suppose. And 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 apparently in this story, Carol Ann Ford is in this.
What?
She plays one of the women in it.
Huh? No.
Yeah, so I mean, like, even like she's in this, and you know, yeah. So and I really liked the Mark Platt story, and it was directed by Ken Bentley.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't really know much about Ken Bentley, but well done. So yeah. And what else do you want to talk about regarding this story?
Well, there's one thing what they have done in this, what could, I don't know, puzzle people in the future,
Hmm.
is Ian's watch. he 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 swapped or bartered his watch for a sapphire covered bracelet for Barbara,
Hmm.
a token of his love. Do you think?
Hmm.
He said he gave the trader his watch. So all these all the these people in the future who are digging up sites for historical sites may come across a watch at some point. What? But yeah, it is enjoyable. I mean, as I said, some people aren't keen on historical ones because they say it's boring.
This one wasn't.
No. Trouble is, I don't really find historical ones boring anyway. As long as you can put a bit of an adventure in it, a lot of threat, a bit of comedy here and there, it's great to listen to.
It is.
And this, for me, had everything going for it.
And that bit that you were referring to earlier about the doctor escaping, that was kind of
Mm.
like what was happening in Reign of Terror
Yeah,
in the jail.
yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
what I mean. It's exactly what the first Doctor he always used to do. Or in
right.
the Time Meddler as well and stuff like that. He's
Yeah,
locked up and yeah. So they've got the feel of the classic era. It's as I say, I know the voices aren't there, but you still get the feel of the first Doctor era in this.
yep, I agree. So, what would you give it out of 10?
Ooh, I will give it because it's I did enjoy it. 10 purple dyed eagle feathers out of 10.
Nice. And I will concur. I will give it 10. I'll give it 10 swords held by Susan Foreman. Because attack Susan is a great thing.
No, yeah.
When Susan goes on the attack, that's pretty awesome. And then the doctor's all like, "No, don't do that.
Ooh.
Don't give her the weapons. Give her the weapons. Give her all the weapons. Let her try and stab Barbara and Ian again." Anyway, yeah. So I'll give it 10 of those. And happy birthday, William Russell, wherever you may be.
Mhm.
We really appreciate your work. We've loved your we love the first Doctor era. You know, what a
Whoever whoever plays the first Doctor,
you
it
know,
doesn't matter. It's the era. It's the feel.
yeah. So yeah, feel free to come and listen to some more great stuff with us. Um, yeah, we haven't decided what we're doing in Fortnite, but we will let you know. And we'll let you know at the end of tomorrow's podcast because tomorrow's podcast we're covering Dune
Hmm.
and we're covering the Phantom of what is it?
The Phantom of the
The
Paradise.
Paradise, not Delight, the Paradise. And I've never seen that one, so look forward to watching that and letting you know how that goes. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell to receive notifications. Uh, please give us a comment what you think of historicals, what you think of this cast as the Doctor and crew, and also let us know uh, if you're interested in joining us for podcasts. Lee and I do have fun with these, but you'd be welcome, and we'd
Mhm.
love to have you. And we offer you our Facebook group called Geeks Assembled. We offer you our Twitter feed called Geeks Assembled and at Geeks Assembled. And Lee Wilson has an Instagram where he'll share with you what we're doing. And we've had a Tumblr, but Tumblr is sort of it's
Dead.
it's sort of going by the wayside because
Mm.
people are doing TikTok and other things now. The same sort of energy there. And yeah, so please enjoy what we do, and thank you for watching, and see you in a fortnight. Bye bye.